Okay, so on this example, it says in a survey, 20 people were asked how much they spent on their child's last birthday gift. The results were roughly bell-shaped with a mean of 34.7, standard deviation 20.2. Estimate how much a typical parent would spend on their child's birthday gift using 98% confidence interval. Okay, so how are we going to do this one? Well, it's clearly a confidence interval. So it's confidence interval for, now notice it says mean right there. So it's for a mean. It's not for a proportion. There's nothing about a percentage here. For a mean. And there's no data. So it's with statistics. I'm just telling you where we're going to go. That's the online calculator that we're going to go to. It's going to be this one right here. So again, how did I come up with that? It's a confidence interval for mean. They said mean. They didn't say proportion. And there's no data. You know what I mean by data? Data would be like a list of numbers 10, 11, 15, 17.3, 21.9. Da, 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 da. That would be data. That would be data. We don't have anything like that. There's no data list. So it's not with data, it's with statistics. So we're going to go there and we're going to put in the numbers. What numbers? Well, it's going to ask us for N. That's 20 people. It's going to ask us for X bar. That's the average, the mean, 34.7. In other words, the average parent spends $34.7 on their child's birthday gift. Standard deviation, 20.2. That means that, from parent to parent, it varies. And the confidence level, 0.98. Remember, you always got to make that a decimal so that 98% becomes 0.98. Now, when we get our answers, it's not yet going to be this. That's going to be a second step. Let me show you. Let's go to the online calculator. So if I switch over to the online calculator here, let me get back to the main menu here. Okay, so here's the online calculator. Going to come in here. Confidence interval for a mean with statistics, number 9. That's where we're going. It's not data. There's no data. And it's not a confidence interval for a proportion. There's no percentage here. I'm going to go with statistics, number 9. Come on in here. The N is 20. 20 people were surveyed. The average amount they spent on their kid's birthday was 34.7. The standard deviation, how much it varied from the average, typically $20.2. And the confidence level, 0.98. 0.98. And then calculate. And there's our lower bound and our upper bound right there. Lower bound, 20. So I'm going to write these down. Lower bound is 23.2295. And the upper bound is, was it up here? It's 46.1705. 170. Well, I'm going to go, yeah, 048. I'm going to go 5 decimals. Okay, just to be safe. I'm going to go 5 decimals. Okay, you see those on the screen. I took 5 decimals. Okay, now let's go back. It's not yet our final answer. Let's go back to the original question. Okay, here we are now. Now, notice, they want the answer in plus or minus notation. So we have to change. We have to change from lower upper, which is how the calculator, sorry, my pin's wigging out there, how the calculator, the online calculator gives the answer from lower upper to what? Middle plus or minus jump. That's what they want. They want, right here is going to go the number in the middle, and right here is going to go, get rid of this, the jump. So that's what they want. How do we do that? Well, you can look back in the notes and see the steps, but here they are. Step number 1, you've got to find the number in the middle. No, in other words, we're saying that parents spend between $23 and $46 on their kid's birthday. We're 98% confident that the real average amount people spend on their kid's birthday is somewhere between $23 and $46. So we've got to find the middle of those two numbers. How do you find the middle of two numbers? You add them up and divide by 2. So 23.22952 plus 46.17048 divided by 2. And we're going to get an answer on that. And then once we get that number, I'll tell you what we're going to get. We're going to get 34.7. I see it right here. That's the first answer, 34.7. See, 34.7 is right in the middle of 23 and 46. And then next, you got to find the jump. What is the jump number? The jump. See what, and maybe it'd be helpful if I showed a little number line of what in the world we're even doing. We're saying that if you had a number line, let me show this, that if you have a number line, and the 23.22952, that's the lower answer we got from the calculator. And then over here, the upper answer we got from the calculator, which was 46.17048, right? We're saying that parents spend on average on their kiddos between $23 and $46 for their birthday. Well, we found the middle of those two numbers is 34.7. That's right in the middle of 23 and 46, right? Here, let me put it on the bottom and say middle. This is 34.7. That's the middle. We found that by adding the two numbers, dividing by 2. And then you've got to find out the jump. What's the jump this way and that way? That's called the jump. How far from the middle up to the top number and down to the bottom number? Well, the easy way to find that, step number 2, is the jump equals, you could just take the middle number you just found minus the lower number. So that'll be the middle number we just found, 34.7, minus, right? Let's take this number minus that number, minus the 23.22952. And when you do, you'll get the answer, the jump amount, which is right here, 11.471. 11.471. That's the jump. And that answer goes right here, 11.471. That's the jump. That's the middle number. That's how far. In other words, the jump is 11.471. 11.471. In other words, from the middle number of 34.7, if you jump up $11, you'll be at 46, 11.4. If you jump down $11 from 34, you'll be down at 23. In other words, that's another way to say the same answer. We're saying, you know, parents spend between $23 and $46 on their kid's birthday, which means they spend 34.7 on average, but it might be higher than that by 11.47 or lower than that by 11.47. That's what we're saying. And that's the answer they want us to give right there. And so that's how we do that. And so there we go.